So I am super impressed with the level of talent I've seen in these outsourcers. It's intimidating being an older artist, seeing how these young people from all over the world can manage to get such beautiful artwork. So it starts with this workbook. And this workbook is created in-house. We have a consultant who helps us called TankNut Dave. He has a website, and actually he likes us to call him that. TankNut Dave has a website that is just a hobby, but he's been so accurate and so good about finding details out that he's thoroughly respected in that world of tank enthusiasts. He now is making our workbooks for us, which is pretty cool. So anyway, the workbook is based on blueprints when we can find them. If you guys know what Jane's guides are, they're kind of like encyclopedias for warfare. We decide what are the key images. We say, okay, this is the image of the tank from this angle. We're going to stick to this and nothing else. Then we say, oh, well, look, there's all these empty spots. We should probably attach a few things here. Why don't we put a piece of tread, a backpack, etc. So all those decisions have to be made beforehand. And what we find is that just because this is a semi-blueprint, it's not really accurate. The model can't be built from this. It has to be from photos. So we find ourselves dependent on what we call the key image. We say, okay, this is it. We're going to judge everything from this image, and from whether there's an upgrade or something like that, we have to have another set of images. So here it is with the upgraded armor package and the bigger cannon. There it is with the armor package on it. So after we get that in their hands, the outsourcer, and this is the same workbook that the people in-house base all their work on. The difference being, if they have a question, they can go to the lead artist and say, hey, well, what do I do? What do you want me to do here? I have to be very thorough with all these pretty dry-looking sets of images. I mean, it really is down to, well, if you put the lug here, this angled line does not seem right when I compare it to this angled line here. So if you can imagine, once one little piece is off, all the rest of them might follow, and like reassembling a puzzle with the pieces in the jumble.
So every bolt is accounted for. A lot of times when you start with like blueprints, if we have them, most of the time we don't have the actual blueprints unless it's an older tank, and if not, we just go off photographs or even sometimes model kits that'll have better, they've gotten access to the real tank, and so we're just using them as an example. But once we get the high poly done, then we use it to make our low poly and bake the texture maps from that to the low, so that you can actually run it in the game, because this would never run. And that's kind of what Ken's got open over
So
there.
this is several million trying.